Quinta, can you say yay?
Mama, like what?
Hey YouTube, it's Rabina. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much again for coming back to my channel. It has been a minute since my last upload, and if you watched my last video at the end, you saw the cliffhanger that our household was plagued with COVID-19. My husband was formally diagnosed with COVID-19, so we all had to quarantine for the 10 to 14 day period, and that is coming to an end when you're watching this video because we are planning a very special surprise trip for the children. So I thought I would go ahead and film this while they are not around so I can let you guys in on what the surprise is going to be. My husband and I for the last month have been planning a surprise trip for our 3 kids to take them to Orlando. We originally wanted to take them to Orlando, Florida so that we could go to Disney and do all the big things, but the Disney part proved to be a little bit pricey, and during this quarantine period, we also had a visit to the emergency room, our first visit as a family to the emergency room for one of our family members, and that was for our youngest, Quentin. He is like a tornado, hurricane. He's so strong and he's so much of a little boy, and he gets hurt all the time because he runs everywhere. If you guys have any interaction like in our personal real life with Quentin, you know that he's just lightning in a bottle, and I'm sure that he's gonna do great things with his life if he makes it to his adulthood. But he is our first one in our family between our kids to ever need surgery. He had a surgery when he was 9 months old, and that was scary. And then he's our first one to ever land us in the emergency room, which I'll insert some pictures, so be forewarned, it's kind of gross. In 2020, I believe it was during the 2020 year, he fell outside the older kid's school and chipped his tooth, and he has like a V-shaped chip in his front tooth. So whenever he falls, because of running, because he runs everywhere like I said, and he falls a ton, he tends to bite his lip or bite his tongue when he falls. And so that's a lot of the reason for, that's like his huge spot for injuries. It will be his lip, his tongue, his mouth, something concerning that tooth that's been chipped, and somewhere in his mouth. So that's what happened this time, and boom, kids are playing rough. Quentin falls, he gets hurt, and there's blood everywhere. I grab a kitchen towel, no, I grab a bathroom hand towel, and I'm holding it in his mouth, and I'm like, honey, it's huge, it's a big gash, we need to go. And my husband's like, everybody get in the car, we're going to the emergency room, because this time it wasn't, to us, it didn't look like something that we could treat at home. So we landed in the emergency room. So in case the kids see this later on, we will just blame it on the emergency room bill for why we're not going to Disney World when we go to Orlando. We are gonna do some of the other smaller parks, like we're going to Legoland, and my husband said there's a Legoland water park that we're gonna visit as well. And we plan to do the museums and some other smaller things like Disney Springs. Still fun stuff. We're just not gonna do the big Disney World thing this time. Maybe next time when we go. But this is gonna be our first time as a family to travel this far in Florida. We live in Northwest Florida on the Panhandle, and the last time that we did any traveling into Florida was when I got my U.S. citizenship in 2012, and we had to go to Tallahassee. So that was a long time ago. So we haven't gone this far into Florida, and the kids have no idea. This is going to be a huge surprise for them, and I'm going to take you guys along so you can see all of the things that we do while we are down there. My husband has been planning this trip. It's been mostly on him because he's our like family planner. I just kind of go along for the ride. Like, I don't really care what we do. I just like it that we're all together, that we're doing something. So he's been telling me like, hey, what about this? And I just am like, yes, no, that sounds like fun. No, the kids would get bored with that easily, stuff like that. And then he just plans it and then we do it. So that's what we're gonna do this time. I hope you enjoy this, and when the kids see this, I hope that they are so surprised. They are the best kids in the world, and we love them dearly, and we do want them to have, I think every parent wants their kids to have what they didn't have growing up, and this is something that Raphael and I, we never did as kids, to go to Orlando. We never got these opportunities, so it's just God. I'm just so thankful. All that to say is I'm very thankful, very excited that God has blessed us in this way to be able to have this opportunity to have this type of family vacation, and also that it matches right up with our quarantine, that we can go and do this after the quarantine is over. Like, what a great thing to do once you get done quarantining, to plan this surprise trip for your children. Let's see how we can get ready this week. We will just like surprise them and be like, guess where we're going, and they'll just like, at least that's what I think in my mind. They're gonna be like, thanks Mom and Dad, you guys are the best. Oh my goodness. Okay, so stay tuned. I will talk to you guys soon, in a couple of days, before we surprise them.
We are gonna get ready to go on a trip, so
Where?
we're going to Orlando. So you guys are excited to get ready.
I knew you were planning. You too. You get to go to Orlando?
A lot of fun things to do.
There might be a fair over there too. There might be a fair over there too. Are we going to hotel?
We are gonna see it, but Disney World was all full of reservations, so yeah, it's $1 million too.
Yes, and we had an ER visit, so that cut into the budget. Quinta, can you say yay?
Mama, like what?
Say yay.
We're going to go to Orlando. Yay!